that your father was AKA the Black John Gotti? That's the reason
They
why
got,
you bring
yeah, that's why
that in it.
they got an article. It's an article. I don't have it right. It's an article because this was when the time when Gotti was going to court, and they was saying my pops was better dressed than him because my dad was wearing the $1,000 suits and the gaiters, and he dressed a certain kind of way back then, you know. So they was both going to court around the same time, like 87, 80, 88, 87. So that's when he was in the article with Gotti. They compared them, yeah.
See, you didn't know, my nigga, I started this. Now I'm trying to eat with the niggas that last year I was starving with. I know I'm finna blow, cause I got my heart in this. If you not with me, then you are against me, and I'm going hard in this. I'm going hard in this. Yeah, I'm going hard in this.
Big Sheem in the building. We got Rozay and we got OG Pops. And we got a special guest. One may say a legend out here, back out in the streets of Brooklyn. We got the fam in the building. Wildbunch, Lil Donny.
Bang, 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 bang. What up, fam?
What's up? What's going on?
Do?
Listen, boy, it's your boy Lil Donny from the Wildbunch. Make sure you go get my book, Wildbunch, The Dimensions of a Brownsville Millionaire. Out now on Amazon. And stay safe out there. Stay safe out there. And go get that book. Let's go. Let's go.
All right,
I'm coming with the... Listen, I'm going straight in, man. I'm so happy that y'all doing this, man, because a lot of people be capping, you know what I mean? And when you check some of this stuff, you could be truthful. You don't got to cap. This shit is real life. You want to be teaching the youth from the realness, you know what I mean? You want to bring positive, and positive equal truth. When you capping, it's equal lies. That don't match up. It's better to just tell the truth, and you're gonna get better results anyway. You know what I mean? Let's go,
Yes,
baby.
indeed.
Let's tell you. I'm keep 100, 1,000. I'm worldwide known, whether you like it or not. I'm original hip hop, the hip hop, the hip hop. Where y'all want to go? Let's go, baby.
Okay, let me go ahead and let's get the fans out here to know who you are. So, for people who don't know who you are, introduce yourself. Tell folks what is the Wild Bunch. Let people know who you are and what you representing right now.
All right, to all the people out there in America, my name is Lil Donny Smallwood. I come from Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York. Dad was Big Donny. Most people know him from back in the days, like in the 70s and 80s. Like they had the crew, that's where the Wild Bunch come from. They had like the softball team in New York, in Brooklyn, New York. I don't know really about other places. I only could tell about where I know, you know, like I said, we ain't trying to cap, no capping. You know what I mean? It's about this time. I'm not capping, baby. So, like I said, where we come from in Brownsville, the older guys like that was growing up playing sports, they used to play like softball. As stuff started happening and their lives started changing, the name took on a different name. It kind of got connected to like the streets because like say if one of them they out playing baseball, right? And somebody back then they had like beepers and stuff, you know, or it was literally somebody had to come tell you something happened. So I don't know if any of your fans or whatever, if anybody know, they could comment. Back in the days, we in Brownsville anyway, for people that know Brooklyn in New York, is an avenue called Pickin' Avenue. So that's where everybody used to go shopping, you know, buy jewelry and clothes and sneakers. So when we would be at the park, if you know Brooklyn, like I said, they had Kingston Park, 210 Park, where the guys used to play softball at. So if something would happen, say your girlfriend on Picking Avenue with jewelry and she'd get robbed, or because they had the projects, niggas would rob them. The caller come and say we in the Wild Bunch, we be in there playing softball, but we got on Wild Bunch hats and baseball shit and run down. Niggas would get somebody robbed our family or somebody. You know what I mean? Run down there and start whipping ass. It wasn't no talking back then. It wasn't no gunplay really. You know what I mean? So it was mostly just beat a nigga ass. Because we was in the baseball field, nigga had a baseball bat, So, the name just kind of took on a whole motherfucking name of itself. Like I said, now back in where we at now, just to quickly bring it back up to date, I try to disconnect from the negative of the Wild Bunch name because it's not about that now. We're giving back, we're doing stuff differently, like it's not about violence. And
because word on the streets, we're starting to hear that you might be going towards a movie, a documentary series. What can we expect with the Wild Bunch, and what is the direction you leading it towards?
Well, the reason why I'm putting out a documentary is because there's so many false narratives of my dad and of other people that was involved, and I just want my father to, today would have been his birthday, rest in peace, Dad.
Yes.
He was born on Halloween.
Yes.
Today would have been his birthday, so definitely want to not pass that. Today would have been his birthday, so this is a blessing for me to be able to speak with y'all on his birthday, To me, he was a good father. That's part of even how I even started with the book. Because no matter what my dad did in the street, he was a good father and he took care of his family. So, I always tell people, if you're a garbage man, that's not who you carry. That's not who you are. That's just the job you did. My dad might have got his money in the street, but that was just his way he's made his money. That wasn't his character. Because anybody who knows his character, he was a give back person. He gave back to people who he didn't have to give them nothing. Whatever he did to make his money, it was his. But he always showed love to the neighborhood. It was people who he didn't know, strangers, was able to come just because somebody else told them. If they got in a situation where they rent need to be paid or something back in the days, you know what I mean? They'd be like, yo, you need to go see Donny, you know what I mean? And my dad would look out for niggas, you know what I mean? And I ain't gonna lie, I get a lot of that love now where people show me love and be like, yo, man, your pops used to look out for me. Yo, you need anything, you know what I mean? So it's like the movie and all of that, everything is a process, You don't want to just put anything out there because you want to make sure you can educate too, So that's why I ain't just throwing nothing out there. I got some shit in the working. Everything is playing perfectly, You just can't have, I got 14 brothers and sisters. And I love all of them, but it's sometimes you can't have too many chiefs, It just got to be one person, and then everybody everybody gonna always eat with us. That's just how I was taught, you know what I mean? But sometimes you gotta let one person take the lead, and then everybody everybody could put their input in, you know what I mean? But it's not, when you going into these rooms with these networks and stuff like that, it's hard to have too many people with their different views, you know what I mean? So many people, they might see my pops another way, you know what I mean? And they might not be according to how I'm trying to go. So, but everything is working out perfectly, man. Like, I'm so blessed that I'm still here to be able to tell this story. And like I said, keep it positive. But everything is working out. Before you know it, it's going to be this, that. You can't really put it. I'm an energy guy. I'm a vibe guy. You put in a universe, you let it do it. I show a little bit, but I can't show everything because then, the haters, I love the haters, but I don't want to be where I really don't need them, but I love them because they help push the shit. Listen, we already won. You got on the Wild Bunch hat. Rozay, we got to get you some Wild Bunch shit, baby. Listen.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
We going to do that. Yo, cuz I got it, but like I said, we already won with that because the narrative is already changed. But the movie, the documentary, like I said, the book is out. Make sure you go on Amazon right now. Wildbunch, The Dimensions of a Brownsville Millionaire. And he gonna tell a story. The story is there. I can't give it all to you, but you're gonna love it because it's gonna teach. It's a teaching tool. It's about positive and teaching. You know what I mean? That's what this is about. The
So,
wild
little Donnie,
remember,
let me just interrupt you for just a moment. Let's get back on your book. Are you planning on making a part two to the book? That's what a lot of people have been asking. Are you planning on giving us a part two to the book?
the reason why the part two to the book is gonna go to me. So it's hard for me to really just start writing it now because I'm still creating every day. So I don't
Man,
want to just put out a part two and now we need a part three, you know? Like every day I'm creating and shit is coming at me that nobody know. Cause like I said, I can't put everything in the air. So for me to sit and start writing, my dad is not here, you know what I mean? So I can't continue the story about him. I have to make it eventually it's gonna come to what I'm doing and how I'm pushing it. So I'm not really ready to put all of that out because every day I wake up, I'm so happy that you know when God wants you to shine and for it to be and the light on you, you can't stop it, cousin. You know what I mean? But you
yes.
gotta keep every day, get up and act like today is the day.
Yes,
And when
indeed. Let me ask you this. Let me jump in and ask you this because I've been getting hit lately. People are asking, where do we get this Wild Bunch gear? Everything. You have a platform right now because I'm not going to, hey, they've been loving it. They want to know where they can get it at. Go ahead, take your little 5 minutes before I pass the mic over to Sheem to handle his questions for you. I want you to go ahead and put it out there where they can get your merchandise at. Do you have a website? Where can we get this merchandise? Because it's good quality. I'm a stand on it's great quality. The hoodie feeling good. It's great. And people are asking. So go ahead, little Donnie, let them know where they can get it from.
listen, you can DM me. Listen, I'm on all platforms. Wild Bunch Little D. You can Instagram, Facebook, Little Donnie Smallwood. Also, I'm gonna give y'all. We can put the website in the link. Also, I got the store on Pickens Avenue for those in Brooklyn, New York, 1533 Pickens Avenue. They only got hats there. But if you want these good quality sweatsuits that I got all colors, all styles, we got I get a 10X. If you want a 10X, I get you a 20X. Tell Shaq, tell Shaq what size he wear. We gonna line them up, baby. We got all sizes. I got Wild Bunch Little D. Go right now, Instagram, Wild Bunch Little D, Wild Bunch Clothing. Hit me on Facebook, Instagram, email, wildbunchbk@gmail.com. Listen, I'm available. I'm like Prime, Deion Sanders, baby. I ain't hard to find. This hit me. Tell me what you. It's better when we deal directly, because I'm gonna make sure you shine. I want my name, my family name is stand on this. We about, like you said, quality. If I'm gonna put it out, it's gonna be quality. This shit gonna last forever. It ain't going nowhere, baby. And when you see us on the big screen, I want you to say, "That's that little motherfucker right there."
Good, good, good. Go ahead, Sheem. Take over now, baby
Hey,
boy.
Lil Donnie, man, this Rozay over here, man. I want to say it's a pleasure to finally get to meet you. I've been hearing a lot of great things about you. I've been seeing you on Instagram. Been seeing you do your thing with the clothing, with the book and everything. I've been telling a lot of people my job about you too. There's a couple people up there from New York, from where you from too, that know about you as
Okay.
well. So they're gonna be tuning into this podcast and they real interested. But what I want to ask you right now, it's a lot of stories out there that's kind of similar to yours. I want to know what makes the Wild Bunch story unique and what separates it from these other stories that's out there right now.
All right. The stories that I'm compare that's similar to my story. and the Wildbunch story, my family story, because it's not just mine. I would say Paid in Full, right? Paid in Full. I would say BMF, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I would say The Sopranos. Now, the reason why I say those three, one, I always tell people, my dad and them wasn't corner boys. They didn't come up nickel and diamond like on the street corners. You know, when you see shows like BMF, they show like them guys. They came up off the corner and worked their way up to their positions. Got to connect. You understand what I'm saying? That's not
Mm-hmm.
my dad and them story. They came into the game because they grew up in Brooklyn where the Italians was at the time. So running numbers. This is where I make the Sopranos connection. So with running the numbers and learning from the Italians, the Italians they went back then anyway. They was Costa Nostra. They ran their thing like clockwork. It was a business as young.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how my dad and them was learning from them because those Murder Inc., Gotti, all of them is from Brooklyn. They was in our neighborhood running around, right? And what else
Mm-hmm.
I said with Paid in Full, that comes into the crack era. That's why I use Paid in Full because when you start getting into the 80s, right? We was pretty much on that, but the difference is my dad wasn't on like BMWs and Lexus. You know, when the fashion and the jewelry like that, it wasn't about
Right.
that because, like I said, it was so low. So I gave you the similarities, right? So now the differences was they all it was family. All these guys grew up together. It wasn't no snitching. It's not none of that connected to the story. You know what I mean? Like it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't. If you go right now, see, I can't give it. I don't want to blow my cool, but I'm gonna still answer your question because it's shit today that my pops put in play that's still around. You know what I mean?
The Sopranos really caught me by surprise. I haven't heard nobody compare this story to The Sopranos, but hearing the stories about you and everything, I can see Paid in Full. Like you said, it's a big family oriented group or whatnot. Now I got another question for you.
Hey, Rozay, can I
Yeah,
jump in for just a
go
moment?
ahead.
Little Donny,
Go ahead.
I did a little article search and something that you brought up about the Sopranos.
Mm-hmm.
Is it true that your father was AKA the Black John Gotti? That's the reason
They
why
got
you bring
yeah. That's why
that in it.
they got an article. It's an article. I don't have it right. It's an article because this was when the time when Gotti was going to court, and they was saying my pops was better dressed than him because my dad was wearing $1,000 suits and the gaiters, and he dressed a
Oh,
certain kind of way back then, you know. So they was both going to court around the same time, like 87, 80, 88, 87. So that's when he was in the article with Gotti. They compared them, yeah. And like I
okay,
said, he
so I
always
see why
drew
you tied it
Lincolns.
together. I see how you
Yeah,
tied
that's
it
how they
together.
always drew.
Okay.
Yeah, he drew Lincoln. He picked up a lot of knowledge with the Italians, you know.
Okay. Sorry, Rose. Go ahead. I just wanted to tie
No,
it.
no, you
I
know that
was
was a
looking
good
at
question.
the
That was a good
article
question.
and it blew my mind when I seen the article and then how little Donnie moved in. And that what does make it different than the rest.
Oh, damn, we lost Pops.
We still rolling. He'll come back.
Yeah, let's keep rolling, let's keep rolling. But nah, man, I know you keep mentioning your pops. I keep hearing you mention your pops, your pops, your pops. Is that one person you would say that inspired you or molded you to the person that you are right now? Or even growing up, is that the person that you even looked up to? That was the only person you looked up to.
Well, the thing with my dad, it's like your father being Michael Jordan, right? You
Mm-hmm.
only look at him as dad. You don't look at him as Michael Jordan, the superstar. You know, he's
Mm-hmm.
just home. He's doing dad duties. You know what I mean? He's changing
Right.
pampers, feeding the babies milk. I don't know what the fuck he do out there in the street. You know what I mean? So in my mind, I just know this my dad. until, like I said, as I got up in age, when I start hitting that 15, 16, when most young guys in Brooklyn at that age, now mind you, I'm come from Brooklyn, New York. At 15, 16 years old in the 80s, we got niggas like Jesus, Puerto Rican Jesus, shout out to his son. You know, he doing his thing. D Nice, shout out to him. You know, he doing a documentary on his father, Puerto Rican Jesus. We got Scooter. We got these real made niggas in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Paul Clark. You know, we got made niggas in Brooklyn. Born son from Langston. There's a lot of made niggas that I don't want to go crazy with, but I'm just saying, at 15, 16, you like, I gotta get money. You know what I mean? So when I get in that mind state, I find out niggas like, yo, what you doing, nigga? Your pops is such and such. You know what I mean? And I'm like, huh? Because I don't know. All I know is that's who come take me, make sure I got fresh gear, make sure my belly full. You know what I mean? And I'm seeing him take care of his kids. In my mind, all he do is take care of kids and showing me family. You know, all of them know we always be at at Aunt Mary in them house every year. You know, it was always family together at everybody's house. You know what I mean? So most of my family, they don't even know these stories. Cause they when they seen us or they seen my dad around, it was the family, man. They can't believe some of the shit they hearing now from me. Cause they like, what the fuck? And this is they nephew and brother and sisters and shit, you know?
Right.
So yeah, I got a lot of my qualities, you know, and like I told you, sometimes I gotta put the because it's like, you know, it's nothing against nothing, but I learned that I could do a little bit, but I don't want, you know how shit be have, especially online. They be talking too much.
Now let me not to cut you off. Let me ask you this real quick, since you just mentioned something like that. In today's age, what's going on right now with all this telling and social media and everything? What's your thoughts on that, man? Because you know we got a lot of stuff happening like that. We just had a recent case with Young Thug, with Gunna, this, that, and the third. What are your thoughts on snitching nowadays?
Well, to me, like I said, is this a new world with how they handle it? Like, I'm not in the streets, so I can't speak on the streets. You know, if I was in the streets, I probably would say, man, I'm about to kill one of them little niggas. You know, and I'm not in the streets. I'm home with the kids and the nieces and everything and the grandbaby. They gonna do, listen, every generation, just like rap. When I was young playing hip hop, Run DMC and them, my mother and them say, what that noise? When you hear that new hip hop and you in your 50s, you like, what who Sexy Red? You know, we can't even listen to that shit. And Sexy Red is popping right now. But, you know, I hear in the streets, I can fuck with Sexy Red, but some motherfuckers in their 50s, like, what the fuck is that noise? You know? So I don't really, I can't tell them, because what's one thing I'm going to tell you for sure, though, all that snitching, all that shit, it looks fun in games until you get behind that motherfucking wall. You're going to live a life you never want to live. So keep snitching and telling, because all the niggas who snitching, all they doing is using you like a leash. Because when they tired of you snitching and ain't nobody to snitch on, then they going to have to put your ass in jail. And when you get in jail, you are not going to be happy with how them niggas living there. Because the niggas in there that's never getting out, they go by the old rules. They on the old law.
What's your mindset on your lows and your highs as well, and how did you get through your low times? Just walk us through both when you're up there and then when you're down there. How did you get out of it?
Okay, so one thing about the height, when you get at the height of your life, or I'm gonna go to street life, right? When you get at the height of street life, you still don't feel safe, right? Because I'm gonna just give a quick thing. When you in the drug game, and I can't speak on stick up niggas and all that, right? But when you be in the drug game, right? Most dudes, if you start, like I said, they go right to big boy business, right? So now It's only one way you go, up or down. So when you go up, say you go from 1 key to 100 keys, right? Now I'm gonna stop at 100 keys because you hear stories about all these different crews. So let's say you get to 100 keys, you're making all this money, cars, jewelry, girls, everything, right? Guess what? The feds, you gotta show it. It's not too many motherfuckers could keep 100 key money and not spend it. You gonna spend that 100 keys worth of money. You gonna spend it. You gotta buy something, nigga. And how many people you see get took down because of that? Whether it's the girls you get, whether it's the cars you buy, everybody that's the bad thing about the street game. You can't buy no house. You can't. That's why all the niggas that you hear these stories make money. None of them got nothing now. They don't got no property. They don't got to buy a house. You got to go through the bank. You got to have real shit to sign for this shit. I can have 100 keys worth of real money, millions right now. But what I'm gonna buy? Cars, clothes, and shit. You know what I mean? I can't buy no real property. All these stories you hear, nobody got no property or nothing from none of that shit because you cannot use that money legally. So that's what I learned from the highs. It looks good to the outsiders and maybe even feel good because I know I felt good running around shaking and moving and spinning, but I couldn't really buy nothing. I could buy the bar out. I could buy the bar out. I could buy the store out. But guess what? I ain't got no house that I had for 30 years. I ain't got no, I don't got nothing. I had to go to the legal side of life just to see a greater life. Like I had to get a legal job making $300 a week. And I was so happy with that because I earned it and nobody couldn't take it from me. So that's your low. When I went from making $30,000 a day with the fam and we balling out of control, spending, buying whatever we want, well, we thought we was. But when I was making $300 a week that I earned and I could pay for my own room, it was the room. That's all I was able to afford. But I felt happy and comfortable because I ain't had to look over my shoulder. The police wasn't going to lock me up for that. So the highs and lows in the streets, man, when you could work a 9 to 5, anybody out there looking right now, man, if you only make $5 on a 9 to 5, you believe me, you will be so happy if you got kids and family that you could spend time with. Because if you sitting in that jail cell, Puffy's sitting in jail right now, and he got $100 billion. And all he want right now, he try to get him a $50 million to get out. All he want to do right now is be with them kids. But no, but you know what? With Puff, man, I bless anybody. I'm sorry for everybody this shit happened. But God always sit you down when the purpose is greater. And I believe purpose for all of us is greater because we all going to learn from this. He's a labor. He's a lesson right there now because he's the biggest motherfucker we got in the black community. And they sat his punk ass down. And the money don't mean shit. All he could do right now in Fort Dix is buy $300 on the commissary. He can't spend no millions right now.
Right. That's fast. That's fast. Now I'm gonna ask you something else too, because I actually want to know. So you say you went from making $30,000 to $300 a week. That $300 a week working a 9 to 5 was the happiest time in your life. How big of an adjustment was that during that time, making that $300 a week? What did you have to change in your life? What did you keep the same?
I had to change. I'm still adjusting, nigga. I ain't hot. Don't think I'm telling that $300. I'm still adjusting. I'm ready to kill some motherfucking body right now. I'm still trying to get another. I'm trying to get 400, 500. But listen, man. But this is why it make me happy though. Cause see how we can laugh and I'm out here, baby. We could joke. I could go get my little nephew and take him to school. I got toilet paper, nigga. I ain't got to fight a nigga over toilet. It's the little things that people take for granted in life, man. And I want to tell anybody out there right now that's looking, man, everybody is on borrowed time. So love your kids, love your mother, Love your father. Love all your enemies. Love them, man, because when it's over, it's over. None your worry. You can't take nothing with you. Nothing going with you. So while you here, enjoy it. And like I said, I learned how to enjoy 300. But I got a certain spirit. Nigga, I said, I'm gonna take this 300 and I'm gonna tell the boss, yo, I need more work. And he said, Donny, you want more work? I said, yeah, nigga, I do 300. Nigga, I eat steaks. I like steak and lobster, nigga. He said, all right, go do another run. So then I had to get some overtime, baby. You know me. I'm doing overtime. I'm working until I got comfortable. But since we got that hustle spirit, we know how to take 300 and make it to 30,000 again. But it's just not doing it illegally now. It's putting it in stocks. It's saving that 300 times until that shit is a nice little bunch of money. And I'm gonna say, you know what? Let's go start a clothing brand. Let's go start you know what I mean? Let's go make a movie. Let's go do some positive shit. Let's go make some hats. That's all it is, man. It's about having that spirit and never giving up till it's all the way over, baby. I ain't never giving up.
That's what's up. I feel that, man.
All right, Cuzzo. I'm gonna ask because the main thing with me and Rozay and even Pops wanting to start this little podcast network. We got the sports show. Make sure y'all tap into that. And then right now we on the so-called rap show is the positivity and collaborations with everything. You know, I'm still young, still trying to figure everything out. But when I was Pops used to always growing up, always used to tell me the stories about the family and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. You know, and then like Rozay, one of my best friends, and I'd be like, yo, nah, man, like, you know, my family really cut from that cloth. Yeah. But you know, you big on positivity now. You know, it's easy to go right back to what you know. And a lot of people in today's society only go back to what you know. Can you highlight a specific time, a moment when you like, you know what, I'm going to take what I got from my pops and the family and everything, but you know how you were talking about changing the narrative and everything, even though it originally started out positive, is there a specific time point you can point to where you like, you know what, I'm going to leave this, I'm going to let what I know down, and I'm just don't do everything legit. Is there a specific time you can think of?
Well, I'm gonna take you back to what, because it all linked to, for me, my life changed when I stopped drinking, I stopped smoking, and I just start focusing on what I'm supposed to focus on. And the story I'm about to tell you is the wildest shit in the world, and I can't believe I'm about to tell you this, right? I was up in Albany, New York, right? I had caught a bullshit charge. They put me in the county jail. So niggas was smoking tobacco, but at the time you weren't supposed to have it in jail. So niggas sneaking it in. Guess how they sneak it in? They put it in their butthole. So when they take it out their butthole and roll it up and smoke it, the shit smell like shit. So I said, no, what the fuck is shit? I said, man, I ain't smoking this shit. And I swear that from that experience in jail, almost 30 years, I haven't smoking a cigarette because of that. And you never know what's going to change your life. Now, when I got out, most of my homies were still smoking and drinking, right? So I was like, yo, I don't drink no more either. So when we go to Latin Quarters, Union Square, Underground, people in the comments know this back in the day shit, right? The little clubs, everybody doing the rooftop, all the shit you hear about Brooklyn niggas up in there. They still doing that. I'm like, yo, give me some water. Yo, I'm gonna drink water. Niggas like, what? You know, I'm supposed to be one of the dudes. What are you drinking water, nigga? We pop the bottles. Canal, you know, we used to have a canal, pipers. You know, niggas know the drink, pipers, canal back then. But like I said, man, I'm so happy for y'all, man. When somebody like me gets to come tell these stories, like I was telling you earlier about the BVD nylons. I don't know, in the comments, They was called BBD nylons. They was underwears that we used to wear back in the day. And it was the like the nylon shirt and like the nylon boxes. They called BBD. You can look it up. And this is before they even had do-rags. Like that do-rag you got on, they used to use the BBD nylons to make the do-rags. Then they started making do-rags. Because before they used to have stocking caps. It used to be niggas' mother pantyhose to make your waves. And you wanted your waves to flow, you put on your mother's stocking cap, brush. You know, I could take you back in the days how I used to be, you know what I mean? Because like you said, we are not capping. I'm not capping. This is real shit.
I hear that, cuz
make sure y'all go get that book. Wildbunch, The Dimensions of a Brownsville Millionaire, out now on Amazon. Stay safe out there. Stay safe out there and go get that book.
I hear you, Cuzzo. First and foremost, before we wrap up everything, I want to say we definitely appreciate you coming on. You know, the story itself is inspirational. I will make sure I pin a link to everything. You know, even on Instagram, we always spread love. And that's something out here that we really big on, is spreading love. Even if you wasn't family, you know, my brother Rozay here, we got so much stuff we trying to tap in. Just, you know, young black entrepreneurs out here just trying to tap in. You know, once again, any guest, anybody is welcome to come up here, tell your story, come kick it with the guys. We would love to have you back on, Cuzzo, as well.
Yeah, once the movie, listen, this is going to be big. Listen, like I said, I can't. I'm dealing with big networks right now, and everything is being done the way it's supposed to, because that's what I refuse to do. I didn't want to throw anything together, throw it on YouTube or this. I mean, our family deserve to be done professional and the right way. I don't care about the money, because the money gonna come and listen. When you put out quality shit, the money gonna come. So that's where my head is. I just want to put out a quality story that not only bigs up my dad and my family, but also teach people that you can be anything you want to be, and you don't got to go to. Because even today, people are in the street thinking that they're gonna make a way. You see how many people these police are down every day on the news, and these dudes out there killing people in Chicago and all these places. So somebody, it's a disconnect somewhere. So, you know, me being from Brownsville, I always let my people know who I'm close to. Yo, get a job, nigga. Go get drivers like get a CDL. Big O, the one that fired early on. I tell him that all the time. I'm like, yo, I just knew I had to get it up. I had to throw my hands up for the right reasons, though.
Shout out to Pops, most definitely.
Listen, man, love y'all. Keep doing what y'all doing. And I got to get it out one more time. Wildbunch, baby. The Double Brownsville Millionaire on Amazon. Rozay. Sheem. I love y'all, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. Y'all not capping.
Much love, much love.
All right.
That's what I'm talking about.
And just in case you didn't know, you already know the slogan. Lying is a skill. Capping is not.
Fuck it, I'm stacked, but I don't have to sell dope just because I'm black and rap. Facts.